finally time for me to voice over my War number 8 video. For those of you who really liked watching my War videos, I apologize, it's been a while. It's been a whole week since I did War 7, but I had a lot of Necropolis-based content and just stuff in-game that I had to worry about first. And then Danny's buff came out, and that was a hot topic, so I worked on that a little bit. But either way, I'm going to be doing a series of War videos, probably like 3 in a row, just to get back ahead. First off, we're just fighting this Node 1 Stryfe with a Mega Sentinel. It's a pretty easy fight. The only mistake I made was that I should have been using my tracking debuff pre-fight. I don't know why I wasn't, but I fight a Stryfe in a couple wars from now and I don't make that mistake again, so it's a little annoying, but it's whatever. We just need to get some debuffs up, throw the SP2, get some plasma going, and then we'll have Despair mainly carrying all the regen we need to counter. It's not fully 100% prevented, but it counters most of it without the heal block. We go for an SP1 to refresh the non-damaging, so more Despair stays alive. But yeah, you can see he's only healing 200 per tick with all that going on. And yeah, so once he starts losing regens, it's even easier. But we did lose a little bit of chip because he decided he was going to intercept me when I was trying to intercept him early in the fight. But otherwise, you know, went perfectly fine. Alright, so this fight is a Masochism over time Longshot. And this was a very hard fight to plan for, because I did not have many science champs that would be good for here. The option I was thinking of originally was Overseer, but we figured that dealing with the stuns would be a little bit difficult. I don't remember the other reason, but we ended up choosing Spot for me to use instead of Overseer for this fight, and I'm going for a rotation that I didn't need to be using. I could have gone straight to SP2, but I was doing an SP1 just to be safe. That was a mistake, I didn't need it, and that's going to make the fight last a lot longer than if we just went straight to SP2. If I could kill him in one SP2 if I did that. I just wish I actually did. But right now we're just trying to push him to his special ones, and then we'll start re-ramping our spots right here, now that that's out the way. We do have to dance a little bit in the corner, but it's okay. I played Spot a lot, so I am comfortable with dexing some heavy attacks in the corner and things like that. I don't know what exactly I was doing there, but now we just need one more spot. We let him trigger the Untouchable with our heavy attack, and now I'm just ramping to SP2. I have to dex his SP1 because it does ignore miss, but, you know, that's the only thing I need to worry about. We are going to get one more spot, then bait his heavy, and then throw the SP2, and then he'll be very much dead. We just need him to throw it, which he doesn't feel like doing, and he's making me take a bunch of block damage. Unfortunate, but it doesn't matter, because there's, oh my gosh, the overkill. Like, well over 100,000 damage in overkill on that special, too. So yeah, like I didn't need that SP1. I wasted so much time by throwing that. It was like an entire minute that I made the fight last longer. But whatever, the fight went well, doesn't matter. Next up is Spot against this Black Widow Clairvoyant. This fight goes a little bit harder than I expected because they are running deep wounds, so every time Black Widow charges a heavy attack, I am going to take a bit of chip damage, usually like 3% each time. And obviously the bleeds in general do some damage, especially when they have Despair like this Claire does. So it's not that big a deal, but yeah, just we have to deal with deep wounds and the bleeds in general, so it's fine because it's my only spot fight, my last spot fight, so as long as I get the solo, it doesn't matter how much health I lose. But yeah, it's just a mild inconvenience, but again, the amount of overkill on that special attack is just purely insane. Spot's so cool, man. I love using Spot. I'd never actually taken him to war before, but I love using him in BGs and stuff. He's a really fun champ. Anyway, next up is Node 28 Photon. I've lost all 3 attack bonus every time I fought this fight. And here I was changing my strategy and using a Mega Sentinel instead of Moondragon. I was going to give it a shot with her instead, since obviously Moondragon wasn't working out for me. I was going to give OS a try, mainly because she has armor and energy resist to make the block damage on the special attacks
much more negligible, and also really easy to access heal block and tracking depending on which one I decide to go for. Again, I should have used pre-fight. I don't know why I'm like not using my pre-fights to pick the debuff I want earlier, so I had to use a heavy attack early in the fight there, which is mildly inconvenient, but whatever. We can dex her SP1 as long as she isn't in pure light, and she doesn't go pure light until she hits 15 of her charges and throws a special. So as long as we are careful before she does that, we'll be fine. We do need to get one more debuff and then SP2, but actually I'm going to try to bait her special attack first, and then I try to dex it because I thought my taunt would fall off, and then my brain just forgot you can't dex that when she's in pure light, Grass. Why are you being stupid, Grass? So I tried to dex it, and obviously I couldn't. I don't know what my brain was thinking in the moment exactly, but now I'm at 4%, and I'm like, okay, maybe we can pull it around. We'll see. I don't know exactly what I was doing there. I must have thought I had a tracking debuff. Obviously I didn't, but shoot, 1%, man. Okay, so I was freaking out here. I'm like, I can do this, I can do this. She's getting low. If I can dex the SP2, I can do it. So we dex, and we're like a millisecond too early, and then I die. The likeliness of me finishing that last few percent without any of my incinerates, I mean, it was possible. I could have gotten the solo, but yeah, so close yet so far. Still haven't gotten the solo in that fight. At least I know that a Mega Sentinel works a lot better, and that death was very avoidable. If I just didn't eat that SP1 to the face like an idiot, or I could have soloed it really easily. I'm a bit ashamed of myself. Whatever, just have to shake it off and fight better the next time. And dude, I hate AI, man. I'm just trying to get an intercept, and she just wipes out my invul boost like that. So now I have to pray that she doesn't throw a special attack, or I would have died again, because she decided to just punch away my invul boost like a terrible AI. Whatever. Okay, so next up we have Node 37 Thing. This is literally like the 5th or 6th time I've taken this fight this season, so if you want to skip it, I don't blame you. It's, for some reason, people keep placing him here. I've seen, obviously myself, I've soloed him with Tigra every single time. I've seen DLL take this fight with Mr. Fantastic, and it's just a total joke every time that he's placed here. I don't know why he's still placed here, because obviously it's not working out. There's gotta be a better placement on the map for this thing. I don't know. Either way, we are just trying to dex his special ones, which I have a lot of practice in doing, and we just throw our SP2 when we want to spam a bunch of SP2s just to kill him as fast as possible. We do get heavy resisted there, but luckily he didn't punish me, and even if he did, it wouldn't have been that big an issue. He does gain some regens, because the neutralize doesn't always stick for 100% uptime, but we have so much to spare to just negate it anyway. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so that was just a total joke of a fight. And next up, Node 42 Gorr. 37 Thing and 42 Gorr, man. Again, skip this if you feel like it, because this is here literally every war. This has got to be like the 6th time I fought this one. It's harder than Thing, but again, Tigra still wrecks it, and this is only like a rank 1 Gorr, so there's not much a challenge here. I think I am going to mess up a little bit, but for the most part, Tigra just wipes him out like she always does. Yeah, if you know how to do Tigra versus Gorr, if you know how to do that matchup, usually you'll be fine. There is an occasional moment where you can make a mistake and give a death, but like there, I just dropped my block for some reason. I don't know what happened. He double mediumed, and now I'm ticking with damage over time. But honestly, I know that's not going to kill me. I know it's just like, oh, well, now I have to use 2 more potions. That's frustrating, but, you know, it wasn't that big a deal. We just need to use a couple more potions for my last fight of the war, which is a fight I have never taken before. At least not this season. I feel like in the back of my mind, I have taken this fight before. And we're going to see how it goes. Obviously, Nova takes reduced damage when I'm unblockable, so we do have to deal with that. and we have to deal with Conflictor. But I was like, you know what, I can dex his SP1 pretty easily. I can dex his SP2 even easier. We can just bait his special attacks and it won't be that big an issue. That was almost a big issue. I definitely messed up the spacing there, but for the most part, I'm going to get the spacing right on his SP1s for the rest of the fight. We can push him to SP2 and then just phase the last hit, get our sense back, and yeah. So like I said, the power gains can be super frustrating here, but I feel like considering I'm decent at dexing both of his special attacks, it's not going to be too big an issue, and that's what I was thinking when I went into the fight, when I asked to take it. I was like, it's not going to be that bad, but there goes my indestructible boost. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fantastic. Because, you know, I let my overconfidence get to me here. Because, you know, you can dex... A person who's, like, almost perfect at dexing Nova's special attacks will still fail it 1 out of every 10 times, if not more. And that's what happened to me here. Obviously, I'm not one of the best dexers in the game, especially with an SP1 like Nova's, where it's a 3-hit beam. 3-hit beams are some of the hardest dexes in the game for me, especially with like Bishops, SP2, Guardians, SP1. If you haven't seen me fight Guardian in Necropolis on my live stream, you should go do that. It's honestly hilarious. There is something I need to go over here. The fight is paused because I got a phone call in the middle of the fight from a friend who I told I'm not going to be able to answer the phone for a minute because I got to take my war fights, and he called me anyway, which broke up my screen recording and my momentum. I just eat the SP2, and I'm like, what just happened? I don't know if I like tried to heavy charge it like an idiot, I don't remember now, and then obviously I couldn't do it fast enough, or if I don't know what happened, I just died. And I'm so frustrated. It's not like it's my friend's fault for calling me, but it did throw off my rhythm a little bit. And now I'm like, oh, well, that's fantastic. Now I've got to find a way to finish him off. And my Tigra streak is now dead. I had a multi-season Tigra solo streak. It's gone. All because of a Nova that I was probably overconfident in taking. I hadn't died to a single non-tactic fight this war season, and that is also gone. I was gonna have a perfect non-tactic solo rate until now. It sucks, but what are you gonna do about it? No one's perfect, and clearly I'm not. But anyway, we ended up losing this war. It was relatively close, especially considering what our score was last war. Does suck, but whatever. We'll just have to do our best next one. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and have a good one.